Hello, I'm Chrissy Seaton and welcome to my channel. I'm wondering if the title of this video got to you. Who are Hayes and Helton? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you about in this video. Now, I'm talking about Terry Hayes and Scotty Helton. These two men are walking and talking their simple and righteous faith every day. I'm just going to repeat that. They walk and talk their simple faith every day. And I think they are a fine example for all of us when it comes to our Noahide lifestyle. These two gentlemen have brought tremendous learning, classes, and assistance to too many people to mention. I would say they are two of the greatest up-and-coming influences in our Noahide movement. And I've long been following their progress. And each time I'm become more and more impressed by what they're achieving, but most importantly, by their humbleness, their gentleness, their genuineness, their no-nonsense approach, their simple faith. And I think we could all take a page from the book that these two men live by. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what Hayes and Helton actually do. I did ask them some questions and I'm going to read those answers to you as we progress. Now, these two Noahide men do live by the Sheva Mitzvah B'nai Noah, the 7 Noahide laws given to all mankind that we, as all part of mankind, should all be following. And that is a righteous lifestyle. It is not a religion. It is a way of life, a simple and righteous way of life. Now, these men have given me some information, and I'm just going to read some of it from my notes because I want to be very, very accurate in what I give you. Now, they have several broadcast platforms, which I will mention to you at the end of this video, and there will also be, in the description box below, links to where you can avail yourself of those various broadcast platforms. So, the thing that I wanted to know was the philosophy from which they were teaching from. What was the groundwork, or what was the platform that they were teaching from? And when I asked them, the reply was, Terry and Scotty hold to the law of species, which is taught by Rabbi Samson R. Hirsch, that's Hirsch, and it's on Genesis in chapter 1, verses 11 to 12. Again, there'll be a link for that in the description box below. And they went on to say that we hold that we are part of the Gentile, non-Jewish creation of Hashem. Thus, we do not observe anything Jewish, be it Torah, customs, or traditions of Israel. We encourage societal improvement through the teachings of the universal ethics and moralities found within the Sheva Mitzvah B'nai Noah, that is, the Noahide laws, the 7 universal principles for all mankind, that is. They went on to tell me that we do not debate about religion or theology. And they say there are plenty of other groups doing that, and I agree with them there. So their focus is not on what other faiths or religions are doing, but what a Noahide does, what is important for us, and how we should conduct our lives and how we should treat others, etc. So I also noted when I've been watching some of their videos, etc., that they have a Tzedakah box, that's a charity box, and Scotty is very prudent with that. He puts coins in the box or notes, and people can donate to that. Again, I'll explain that further, because he is a great one for saying, you know, if you've got to pray for something, give Tzedakah, a small coin for charity, etc., or as much as you like, I guess. And that is also assisting someone else as well. And Scotty can tell you a whole lot about Tzedakah, and people will tell you a whole lot of results they've had from people praying for them and giving Tzedakah to charity. So that's a whole nother vista to look into, which I can't cover in this video, but very, very important. And so there is a PayPal link, I believe, that can be, people can make donations through. But I know they are undergoing some changes to that system. So perhaps it might be best just to wait until that goes through. I don't know. I can find out more from Scotty about that if anyone is interested, by the way. Now, there's also some additional information, and it goes on to say, due to our growth, we are in the process of setting up Outreach Noah as a Noahide non-profit teaching ministry. Now, this is very important, very important. This is for legal purposes, of course, but they are in the process of setting that up. And I can imagine that these two men will take that to great heights as well. We're going to see great things come from that process. And the thing that always strikes me about these two men is they are humble. They are, you know, if I only have one brother, but if I had to adopt two brothers, I would want Scotty and Terry to be my adopted little brothers, because they're younger than me. So if you need a big sister, boys, I'm here for you. They are just two men that don't talk nonsense. They speak from the heart. They're genuine, and they live a righteous life within their community. They're concerned about their community. They give services and they donate money for things like, and this comes from the Tzedakah box, people donating, you know, assist with funerals, etc., or food parcels and things like that for people in the community. It's, you know, I've always said you don't have to go out and invent something to be great and benefit mankind. It starts in the street where you live, in your little community, taking care of each other, checking up on each other. Are they okay? And these are the things that these two men do and encourage. They don't just tell people to do it. They actually go out there. They actually go out there and do the groundwork and do things for people. And they both have jobs. So it's not like they're retired and they've got a whole lot of free time. So, and all I can say too is I imagine their families, their spouses and children must be extremely proud of them, and I'm sure they're very supportive. And I say thank you to those people as well for helping these men do this most important work that they do. Now, the broadcast platforms, I'm just going to read them out, but they will be in the description box below. Now, there's one called Outreach Noah. That's a YouTube channel, and I can assure you, if you when you've watched this video, if you go and just type that into the YouTube search bar, you'll see at least 3 or 4 of their recent classes on the YouTube platform. And really make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, sit down, and you're going to have the ride of your life listening to what these men do. So please do that. That'll give you some overall indication of where these men are and where it's going. They have a B'nai Noach Fellowship Facebook group. They have a Simple Walk Facebook group, which you can join, request to join. And on top of that, they also broadcast on Power Faith Radio. It's WPFR-DB. Now, radio buffs will understand that. But nevertheless, I will make sure that information's all in the description box below. So there'll be a fair bit in the description box. Check it out. Now, these 2 men shine, in my opinion, because of they just get in there and they do it. It's no nonsense stuff. If someone needs something, they do it. And Terry always gives an excellent class on parts of Torah and especially Genesis that are just eye-opening, mind-blowing at times. It's things we've probably heard in a sort of a way before, but they go into it in so much detail, and it just kind of opens up a whole new vista, and you think, it's that aha moment, and you come away from it thinking about it. So it's not just something you sit there and, and certainly some titles and paragraphs you may have heard before, but you haven't heard it from Hayes and Helton yet. And that, my friends, is what you need to do. These guys are no nonsense. Say it how it is. Live and talk and walk their simple life. And they are really to be applauded for what they are doing. These men do it in their own time. They're not making any money out of it. It's all out of the goodness of their heart. And I just think that Hashem must truly be very pleased with these 2 men. And I think we should all be grateful for people like Terry Hayes and Scotty Helton for what they do. Tirelessly and freely do for mankind. So I urge you to go into the description box, check out some of those platforms they broadcast from. So you've got several choices. You don't have to stick to one. You can join in, you can be visible, or you can just be in the background and listen. It's a marvellous, marvellous thing you should do. Now, as far as I know, I'm in Australia, so I watch it or participate every Thursday in Australia at 10 a.m. But bear in mind, I'm down under in the Southern Hemisphere. So in the Northern Hemisphere, that's going to be the evening, afternoon or night before in America, etc. So just check your time before you sort of anticipate when it's on. So I know Scotty puts up some reminders and things like that. I would suggest you join one of those Facebook groups, because I know that he gives people warning, and the link is there. You can just press on it, and sometimes I just listen, while I'm doing something else. But they have made every opportunity for people to join in and to be part of their marvellous learning platform. And it is a community, and they have some marvellous people there that support and help them. They've got Thomas, they've got Amuela, and that do some behind the scenes work for them, and praise and thanks to those 2 people as well. They help. So again, really think about what I've said. and I'm just so grateful to Hashem for making these men part of our lives, and they're going to move mountains in certain areas of people's lives, I think, and they won't even be aware of it. I'm sure they're not aware of what an impact they do actually have on the people that know of them and listen and watch them, or whatever platform that they're learning from. So I urge you all, give them your support, watch out for when their next class is, and these are two good old boys from Tennessee, and they are salt of the earth. That's a compliment we have in Australia. If we say you're a salt of the earth person, it means you're, you know, you got the thumbs up. And they are two lovely men. And, you know, I was thinking before I started this video that Tennessee's a marvellous state. It's famous for many things, but in my mind and heart, it's famous for Hashem has made Tennessee famous because he has given us three special things. That's Hayes, Helton, and let's not forget their whiskey. So thank you to Tennessee. Thank you, Terry and Scotty, for all you do. Please take care, all of you, and God bless.